Nick Robinson here for Polygon, and I'm here at the alt.ctrl.Play booth at GDC, the section where a bunch of games with really unconventional controllers and methods of interaction are all kind of gathered in a big pile for us to mess around with. And I played pretty much all of, and actually not quite all of them, there's a few that I didn't get to, but every single thing I played was really cool and interesting, and they were all pretty distinct from one another. Right off the bat, the first thing I played is a game called UFO Bellies, which is like, to me, this game is very emblematic of what this part of GDC is. It's a game where players put these huge sort of foam donuts around themselves with the three primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and it's two teams of two struggling to combine colors as fast as possible. So the team on the left will be trying to make yellow, so they'll have to rotate their bellies and bump the yellow parts together, or let's say you're trying to create green, one player will have to do yellow, the other will have to do blue, and they'll bump together. Which one on? Oh, we have to, we mix it. Okay, got it. All right, we need red. So, red. And if that wasn't hard enough, you have to do the color of the word on screen, but it might be the word blue, but it's colored red. So you have to do red. And so there's this kind of challenge of like trying to read it, understand what the actual color is, not getting distracted by the word, and then teaming up with another person to switch your stuff around so you can together make a color. It's super, super fun, and also involves bumping bellies with strangers here at GDC in this case, which is a very emblematic thing for, I think, alt-control. Another game I played, the game I played immediately after that, is a game called Cylindrus, which is a really interesting game. I love the controller. It's 4 sort of jerry-rigged Wii nunchucks. So if you remember the Wii nunchuck accessory, it's really just an analog stick on a teardrop-based controller with 2 triggers. And how it works is 4 players are on this sort of LED tube, which is actually just an LED strip wrapped around a cylinder. So it's actually just all one continuous strip of LEDs. And the players will sort of move these like 3x3 tanks around the arena. And the trick is that all the players playing have to kind of strafe in real life around the cylinder and follow their ship and attack one another and kind of shoot each other and slowly damage enemy players. It's a really cool take on like a arena combat game. Think like Combat on the Atari, but in 3D on an actual pillar that you have to walk around. 2 other really interesting games I saw were a game called Doggy Tug of War, which is like a pretty simple thing. It's really just about tugging on this string while what appeared to be an animated GIF of a dog tugging a string played, and it kind of tugged in real time and fought back. It's so convincing. It's very convincing. It's like very effective. Cool. I also played a game called Victor the Loser, which involves a strip of 6 buttons and a bunch of trivia questions while an AI robot voice talks to you. And the premise is that the better you do, the more Victor does to try and stop you from winning. So he will start vibrating the screen or start blinking the text or making it really hard to read, all the way up to and including having a small plastic claw reach out of the controller and press the wrong button for you, forcing you to get the question wrong. And so like the first time I played it, I actually reached for the wrong answer because I'm an idiot. And I reached the same time Victor went to kind of throw me off. So I touched fingers with this like little plastic robot hand. It was a very emotional kind of, I don't know, it felt like a real metaphor for robotics or something.
You just ruined my day.
I like at the end he kind of shows off, just flexes all 6.
Here's a little dance for you.
Yeah. 2 games that are kind of on opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of seriousness were Spacebox, which is a game where you sit in a giant cardboard box, lean the box around in real life to steer a spaceship, and it's kind of cool because you end up having 6 degrees of freedom in a 3D space environment, like tilting back and tilting forward to move up and down. You whack a piece of the cardboard box you're in to fire your weapons. To deploy your shields, you like grab the edges of the box and pull it up around you. It's a really cool idea, and I was kind of surprised at how effective of a controller a kind of janky, torn-apart cardboard box can be. Another one that was super interesting was a game called Emotional Fugitive Detector that kind of sets up this world where humans aren't allowed to express emotion. So basically, it's 2 players, and they're staring at each other through a metal grate. One player is trying to communicate emotions to the other player, and there's a strip of buttons with like happy, sad, surprised, and angry. And so one player is trying to identify the emotion on the other player's face, but the other player, their face is being read by face scanning technology. And if the game itself determines that that expression is being emoted, it'll actually cut you off and it counts as a loss, 3 strikes, and you're out.
Yeah, so yeah, you were executed. I was executed quickly.
Although the tech itself was a little janky in our experience with my partner, the concept is so good. Like the physical action of trying to emote to another human being without actually obviously doing it. Like, for example, when my partner was surprised, he kind of bounced his eyebrow very subtly, just subtly enough that like the AI wouldn't pick up on it. And I love games that put players in weird positions like that. I thought that was really cool. Last but not least, there were 2 rhythm games on display this year. I'm a big rhythm game fan, so I was kind of excited to check them out. One of them is called Orpheus Quest, where you've kind of got a lute or harp. That's not the right word, but it's actually got 5 ropes that you have to sort of plink in time with the music, but the gimmick is that those ropes are green laser pointers, kind of being illuminated with fog or with smoke. And as a result, you're kind of like flipping through these strings in time with the music. It kind of reminded me of the Japanese rhythm game Para Para Paradise. The other rhythm game on display is a game called Super Furry Neon Cat Heads. So you've got this huge tower in front of you, and you're kind of pawing at these 2 things as these mice come down the screen in time with this music. You're kind of like doing it to a crowd of cats who are watching. And the game is kind of designed so you can play it in or outside of VR. So there's an LED strip representing all the different mice, but the gimmick is kind of cool because you're hitting a real world physical object that does exist in VR, and it's kind of lined up perfectly for that. And then they also put a bunch of like stuff on top of you. And the interesting thing there is that even though I had all this hilarious looking stupid shit on me, and even though there's a webcam pointed at you showing that stuff, because I was in VR, I still don't know what I looked like while I was wearing that. So I guess when this video goes up, I can watch it and see how embarrassing I looked while playing that. But that was kind of a vertical slice of what I played at alt.ctrl.GDC this year. There's a ton of games here, not all of which I got to try in this video. So you can check their website out and kind of see the full list of titles. But every year there's at least a handful of things here that are really cool and that I kind of can't stop thinking about for the 12 months until the next GDC. So yeah, I'm Nick Robinson, and thank you so much for watching.